Ahoy's Beretele. That, I believe, is Czechoslovakian for hello collectors. And I bring that up because at least people in the West might be wondering what the F is a Skoda. A Skoda is a Czechoslovakian brand of a vehicle dating back to 1895, so they've been around for quite a while. But they've been part of the Volkswagen group for quite a bit as well. And so, very often Skodas look like Volkswagens, at least, the door panel lines and stuff. Uh, excuse me, the Fabia here, this is made by a company called CM's Models, and this is the 2005 WRC representation driven by Colin McRae. Let's get that out. And the Fabia is a super mini class vehicle, or class B segment, or subcompact, as you'd call it in the West. And let's see, it was available between 1999 to 2006 for the first generation, I believe, and that's what this model is based off of. In the real world, it's based off the Volkswagen Polo platform, the Volkswagen Polo Mark IV, and the Seat Ibiza also shared that platform. Normal people would have had to settle for a 1 liter up to a 2 liter inline 4. But the WRC, they're still running 2 liters, but they're usually turbocharged and they're usually around 300 horsepower. Okay. Unfortunately, this car wasn't really successful as a race car. They entered 57 races with this chassis over the years, but they never won. So, in 2005, Sebastian Loeb won in a Citroën Zara. Okay. So that's what I learned. While I was chatting, hopefully you can pause the video and figure out if it looks like those photographs to you. I think it looks alright. I don't know of many other people making 1/64 scale models with Skoda anyways, so I don't think there's much choice, right? So look at this paint job. It's pretty sweet. I mean, it's white, but look at this green metallic. This green metallic, and then this is just a regular blue. It is possibly a metallic blue, but it's definitely not as metallic as this green. And so it's all tampo printed. You can see some of the paint didn't get in that panel gap or that, but I think it's alright. Now, one thing I noticed on this guy is the wheels are painted. So this paint is white and it's starting to fall apart. Okay, we got some jacking up points there. The molded in mirrors, just white. A little black paint around the casting for the window molding. Tampo printing on the windows themselves. And the door handle sticks out. Yeah, it sticks out. But the bottom doesn't stick in, it's just a graphic. Pretty nice roller. Okay. Let's see here. There seems to be some texture. Sounds like it's plastic. I think it's part of the base. There's a texture in here, and that sounds like metal casting, painted black. Clear headlights. It would have been nice to have a little black paint there. I think those are actually openings, probably going to the brakes. Well, see, they did have black paint here, though, beyond the radiator. These are protruding little hood latches, and they're painted silver. This little depression has no paint, though. I don't know what this depression would be for. What do you guys think that is? I don't know. It's strange. This is some paint bubbling going on. CM's, by the way, is out of business, so these models pretty old, probably. Emergency cutoff is somewhere around there. We got some raised small wiper blades painted black. On this side, well, this side the paint's a little better. There's no gap there, but the wheel on this one is definitely, yeah, it's flaking off. It's not good. But I guess I could take a little alcohol and just respray them white. It also looks like the white paint is yellowed a little bit. Well, actually, yeah, it just doesn't seem as bright of a white as this. Alright, well anyways, let's move on. It seems like, yeah, you can actually read out McRae in Grist. I can't tell who that is. It's weird. Why is that all capitalized? But, well, alright. Okay. You notice the antenna here. On the base there's a bag with these antenna, taped on there. So these are just friction fit. I would have to guess this is one of the latter or latest releases from CMs before they went out of business, because these antennae are nice and thin. Their early ones had super thick antennas that look ridiculously comical, but these look pretty good. There's a separate piece for what I assume is a video camera, and then this is an air scoop to get some fresh air into the cabin. This rear wing is just so comically large, but I guess it's accurate to the real car. Yeah, weird. Okay, these giant red taillights, but as you saw in the photograph, there's like a white C, and that is not in here, so that's too bad. The license plate would be accurate to the real car. It does match. It's a different color than the photograph, but the numbers do match that photograph I showed you. There's a raised bump here with the Skoda logo. A couple more latches here for the trunk. Yeah, the printing seems alright. A pretty weak exhaust tip, you know. That's such a thick exhaust tip. It would have been cool if there was a depression there. And then this depression has no black. I assume this must be for like a tow hook or something to go in there. A tow ring. Okay, well, there's some printing on the back window, as you can see. So now let's try to see in the, well, here's the bottom, by the way. The treads look pretty cool. I'm noticing on this one, when I first got it, it was pushed off. So I pushed it back on, and then it came back a little later, and it's coming off again. So what I suspect is the tires are so old, they're contracted and shrunk. And there's this little bit of an angle on the wheels, so they're literally just shrunk, and that's making them come off the wheel. You can see the paint is falling off there as well. So I might have to go and just repaint these later on, because look at this, yeah, that paint's looking bad. But there's 5 little lug nuts in there, so. Okay, so this roll cage is actually one of the best I've seen from CMs. Some of their roll cages are miserable, I'll show you later. But this one's really good. The tubes are nice and thin, and you can't even see the top of it. So that's very accurate, you know. A real roll cage wants to hug the inner sheet metal. So I'm not sure how they pulled it off on that one, because usually this plastic window carries across to the other side, so usually the roll cage has to sit below this clear plastic. But maybe they molded the window in a way to allow the roll cage to work. Unfortunately, we can't see too much in there without a flashlight, so let me get one. Okay, we got some red seat belts with some yellow and black printing on them, so that's nice. Nice harnesses. Looks like the top of the seat backs are hollow as well for those seat belts to come through, so that's pretty cool. Okay, you can see that roll cage pressed up against the top. Let's see about this side. There's the instrument binnacle, no extra details. Steering wheel, pretty vertical. What about the back? Yeah, there's a molded in spare wheel there, and tire. But I don't think there's anything else. Can't see like a fire extinguisher or anything like that. Okay. Yeah, look at the seat harness there. Pretty cool. Yeah. So that's pretty nice. Very nice indeed. Yeah, only the wheels are really letting me down. You know, the rest of the paint on the body isn't too bad. You know, there's that little paint rash there, but on the roof it's... No, there it is. Yeah, it is on the roof as well. So that's unfortunate. I guess that seems to be the case with a lot of old diecasts. That's what I've noticed, at least. They get paint rash. Okay, while you look at that, I'm going to set up the spinner, and we'll take a look at a couple other rally cars by CMs. CMs does do some road-going cars like Lamborghinis and stuff, but mostly they did a bunch of rally cars, and that's why I like them so much, because I like rally racing. Alright. So, from 2005, we would have had a Evo 9 from Mitsubishi. Now that, look out the roll cage in that one. Much thicker plastic, much goofier looking. Also, we would have had a Subaru Impreza. So these are all 2005 cars. Here's a Ford Focus. And And then we have a Peugeot 307. Alright. I wish I had a bigger photo booth. And then the last one is actually not a 2005 because I don't have the model of it. This is a Zara from 2003. I'm throwing this up there because in 2005, you know, a Zara won the WRC championship. Okay, so those are all rally cars by CM's models. If you like rally cars, you want to hop on eBay and snatch these up before they vanish forever. Okay, well. So, I mean, when you look at the images of rally racing, they're just so crazy. I mean, these guys literally have to drive on different surfaces and literally fly a bunch of times. So, I think it's just nuts. You know, that's why I like rally racing. And the vehicles actually look like vehicles you would buy at the showroom, at least more than NASCAR, or definitely more than Formula One. So, I like that. They have a familiar resemblance to the production road cars that consumers buy. Alright guys, well, hopefully you'll stick around until I do another CM's review. Thanks, see you around. Just a little update, I went and repainted the wheels and just want to throw a few tips out there. I did this with another model, but I'm going to talk about it again. I built this little tool to strip the wheels off the axles without actually having to drill the thing apart, you know, so it's just a thin piece of metal, and I put a groove into it, and that groove is wider than the axle itself, so I just jammed it inside, and then I was able to push one of the wheels off the axle. After that, I took the tires off, and then repainted them with some white acrylic paint, and it looks good. You know, the wheels are back to normal, and there's no more tension in the tire either, because the paint that they laid into these wheels was super thick, so this is much thinner. And I think it looks better again. Okay, thanks for watching.